Hello, welcome to the third battle for this set. Today we've got the Chorus Aquatic Fleet up against SDF defenders trying to protect their city, Poikiki, from getting consumed by the Chorus Collective. And we're back to Carsonized on the camera. Go ahead and get us unpaused. I was wondering what those weird green things on the coast were, and then I realized that they were trees, because you have the render distance mod. I was like, he shouldn't have that many defenses. They are called trees. The SDF have spent a lot of money getting defenses up. And scrambled, and I think they'll hold in this battle, but they will be utterly doomed on land. We'll see. SDF might have a natural node. I don't know if it's here. The closest node to here is uranium. Their natural node is further south. I shouldn't be leaking much OPSEC here. Go ahead and swap over to the chorus side so we can see what their aquatic bioforms look like. You've got some guys that are submerged with a cannon sticking out of the surface, and then some other ones that are a little bit smaller and also partly submerged. As long as there's no collisions, the battle will be good. If there are massive collisions, then we can respawn some things, but it looks good. I don't think there's any issues with the fleets. Yeah, instructions in your internal is the best way to make sure that we spawn your fleets the way that you want. A screenshot is actually perfect, if that's what SDF did here. But otherwise, just like the things you want in front, the things you want behind is pretty good. You can also, if you're not going to be using the officers column anyways, you can put brief orders there on your spreadsheet, and those will get sent as well. So you can put like front line, back line, and so on in there, or flank or middle or so on. Ooh, I thought that guy almost got his turret popped. We'll see. I'm guessing, I mean, you're pretty... The SDF should have a pretty good material advantage here, I think. I haven't run the numbers, but I'm pretty sure they do. So hard to get a grasp on this battle just because so many of the chorus ships are underwater. We'll gradually get a sense of things as more ships get destroyed. This SDF captain is like, I don't understand this thing, I'm going to take it down the only way I know how. Ramming speed! And it just jukes its way out of there. Thing reverses like, heck no. Let's see, the SDF fleets are being very aggressive getting up close to the chorus ones. Their captains do not fear the bioforms. They've taken the lesson of Braveheart to heart. I really like just the bubbling that the interdistance mod does above submerged craft, because it almost looks like they're breathing bubbles up into the air. Which definitely fits for bioforms like these. Yep, anything that should be health below 80% sinking, AI dead, or 2 damage can get despawned by the battle filmer. Because they're on the player team and they therefore won't have that happen. Oh yeah, when you get a chance looking at a damaged one, go check out how it's constructed. Mr. Flesh Hive Mind Enthusiast and the rest of his faction have done some cool things where they give the craft an actual internal structure with red meat flesh on the outside and then white or yellow like stone or metal bones on the inside. Quite a few bioforms are damaged, sunk, or sinking. There you go. There you can see that this guy's got a heavy armor skeleton underneath, which in this case probably helped to drag it down to the depths below. Yeah, SDF seems to be sweeping here. It's hard to see if there's any damage going on that we can't see. Can you check the AI mode quickly, see if there's any visible heavily damaged SDF craft? There's a Vixen at 93, other Vixens at 91, Mud Skippers 86. The Call of Dradens are slightly damaged, but not too bad. I don't think the chorus have killed anything here. They may have killed a small craft that we'll only see once we tally up the results at the end. But I think they just didn't have the DPS to get like an alpha strike kill, and that they also weren't well enough protected to survive getting sunk. Or to survive the damage that eventually sank them. A lot of the SDF ships, I think, are kind of like glass cannons in that they're made of wood and don't have much going for them. That guy sank at, what is that, 95% health? I think I'll force grab AI dead. Do you think they're all AI dead? Yeah, if nothing's firing at them, then they must be.
Yeah, they're player
okay.
fasting, so they'd show up on the AI roster.
There you go. So that one got AI sniped at 95%.
Yeah.
So that is the end of this battle. Rather disappointing for Chorus, but they still did some damage. And as a devouring swarm, their penalties for a loss are not so severe as that of the mortal nations. Hey, thanks for filming. Let's go set up the big one. Hello everyone, this is Mizaluk, and welcome to the biggest battle of this turn, where we have one massive and one small Chorus fleet, specifically Land Drones 1 and Aerial Drones 2, bullying their way through several defending SDF fleets on their way towards the capital. Go ahead and get it unpaused. And let's see what happens. Oh no, it's spreadsheet or PowerPoint. Oh, my brain is so rotted by the spreadsheets that instead of the PowerPoint, I just go, oh yes, spreadsheet. Yeah, SDF have a very large defense group here, composing 4 separate fleets of varying size. I think there's 1 aerial fleet and then 3 that are land-based. Of, I think, 11 different blueprints. Now, you may notice some differences in how these craft from Chorus look. Partly because we got their fleet colors right this time, and also partly because they have evolved and improved since their last debut. I'm going to get that quote in the chat shortly for y'all to admire. Once I scribble out the OPSEC. Yeah, definitely a PowerPoint presentation going on.
I have a strong feeling that this is going to be using the FTD recording instead of the OBS recording.
Most likely, yes. See if you can find one of those air bioforms to look at for a second. Here's the quote, by the way. I don't know what the overcost. I'm guessing like 2 to 1, but I'm not certain. I don't think the overcost is too crazy.
I think there's only one Aeropire form.
Not certain. It may not be 2. That was just my impulse guess. Let me see if I can get the ratio. It'll take me a second. So... Okay, Frogger. Out. Oh no, it's way more than 2 to 1. Goodness, it's probably 4 to 1. Not quite 4 to 1 overcost. Like 3.5 to 4 to 1. Oh.
Great googly movie.
It'll recover. Trust. Trust.
I'm gonna go turn down some more graphical settings.
Yeah, let's see how the worms do. It looks like they're about to try and all ram that guy in front of them, and then they're just gonna eat each other. That's my guess. What do you... The melee swarmers are only a tiny percentage of the fleet cost. Nom nom nom. I mean, so far we've seen several battles with melee guys, and none of them have seemed too problematic. One worm is taking flight. That's why they're ramp shaped, you see, so that way if one of them rams into another one, it'll just ride up the top. Peak chorus engineering. Also, why are they flying? I want to break free. They can fly now. They're going for the airship. Please tell me they hit that. Please. Yes, it did! It nicked it.
Little bro,
Hello, Colby.
we have a plan for our design.
So funny.
We're gonna do the L1 coral plus ground pickup combined, and
The other one hit it too. Uh,
just like
you know, I was not preparing for an airship to get rammed twice today.
Arch. Bye bye.
This is incredible. But that is a lot of missiles. I assume those are from the centipedes, but it looks like they're also going to hit their own craft. They're running out of fuel. Okay, they are mediums. Good. Yep, they're hitting the worms. Yeah. I may need to... Let me see what the number of... I mean, the number of vehicles in this fleet isn't that crazy. We had battles in Season 1 with over 100 AIs in one fleet. No, I don't think it'll be a lot less. I think it'll be 1 hour. We could have cut it in half. I just, we totally could. If we get a lot more big battles, we can. But part of the cool thing about big battles is that they are big. Cutting them in half, in my opinion, is only if we know it'll be super boring. And therefore we're doing it to save ourselves the time. Right now, the hive is still dynamic and evolving, so I think it
Real
is
dicko
useful
moment.
to see. Oh, that's funny. SDF, please fix. Honestly, I feel like I mean some of Chorus's craft here, like those the centipedes are normal size, I'd say. The other ones are kind of small, but they'd be like the same size like a realistic tank, or stuff like the spiders and the worms. Centipedes are the size of a like a Ashes of the Empire kind of enemy tank, I think. People do like the small vehicles for fun, though. I just wish that they were less lag intensive. Maybe we can highly suggest that if you have a bunch of small vehicles, you try to have smaller battles too. Because death stacking small vehicles is less fun. Yeah, I mean, if well, SDF already has smaller vehicles, but they just all got pulled into one battle. Yeah, I would suggest that unless you are death stacking something that you know is going to be over 1 million cost, try not to run over 1 million cost fleets. Just split them up. I mean, it's not a huge fleet. Like, number of AIs in this fleet should be not even 40. I think it's exactly 40. Which, yeah, is something. I think there's probably at least 40 on the SDF size. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, plus 8, 22. Plus... it's 34 versus 40. 34 on the SDF side, 40 on the Chorus side. So really I mean, that's a decent number of AIs. But we've had 100 dive bombers before.
I think the issue here is that they're all ground vehicles.
You think ground or laggier?
Yeah, because it has all the collision checks.
True.
Like I've run battles with like several hundred planes, um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not as bad as
Oh,
this.
those are good explosions. It's fair. But I think it'll be enough of a wipe that it really won't take that long, given just how much damage those missiles seem to be doing. The flying worms was really fun. Give them a jumping mode that they engage if when approaching an airship. This is definitely Chorus winning. They have a at least 3-to-1 cost advantage. That may be true, although ultimately tech's gonna stop being useful at a certain point. Also, the event buff was not super huge. Um, I won't say any more than that. Uh, given that he was faced, given that we spawned like 4 million in forts on his border, the event buff is pretty small. All things told. The rest of this he's just doing with how hive minds work. Or specifically offensive consuming hive minds. Well, you'd think the fort's just gonna keep sitting there. Well, he doesn't get 2 mil mats from the wall. Right, but these are event forts. They're not regular forts. Yeah, he didn't get even close to 2 mil. I don't remember the value, but it was less than 1 mil if I recall correctly. Well under 1 mil. Was it? I don't think it was that close. You got a boost to starting materials, and then some boost from consuming. Okay. Yeah, no. If he eats another wall, he's not gonna get even close to 1 million mats from it. And if he's for some reason with like ship breakers and this, I would not let him loot that much because I'd just be broken. No, 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 no. It's a very segmented battle with kind of things happening all over. Is that a centipede chasing a worm while a centipede rams another SDF craft behind it? I think so. Actually, is that an SDF craft getting pulled along by that centipede? I swear there's one stuck on the front of it.
Yeah, I think the little prongles are made of rubber, so
Is it gonna ram it? Is it gonna ram that one into another one? Please, no, not quite. Yeah, he didn't even get 500,000 from eating the event wall. Well, you got 400,000, which is a good amount certainly, but you lost a decent amount of forces in attacking it. And that wall has delayed you 1 or 2 turns, which people can now spend to. Well, it's not Ipswich because his builds are, strictly speaking, bad if you build to counter them, which is the name of the area, sure. But like, if someone goes into here with some like well-built cramcraft, I think they can do very well. And also, he is meant to be able to fight multiple factions at once. That's the whole point of being a threat. And there's a dedicated event faction you can coordinate with to fight against him. By well built, I just mean like you have a cram that can hit targets. I don't necessarily mean that it's going to be like a rushdown cram or something. That's actually the best way to make crams. I just mean if you do decently
and
build, like
that's a
I've got
wrap.
cram here, can do it. Okay.
All SDF craft are defeated. I will.
Not even close to an hour, fellas. See?
Yeah,
That's what a wipe is like, I guess.
I will.
Go ahead and check out the AI menu.